Welcome to Open Wheel Report, presented by noobsports.com and Sports 2.0 Network, also PointsBet Sportsbook. My name is Tanner Kern. I'm the host, and then you're the co-host, right?
I'm the co-host. I'm the co-host and analyst. You're the host and producer.
I do color. He does I do play-by-play. You do color.
I guess.
That's how it works here on Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach preview for today's episode of Open Wheel Report. It's NFL Sunday, but the IndyCar season is going to conclude today, so we are here doing our preview show for the Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach. First of all, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. Excited for the season finale.
You watching it live? Are you
I'm going to watch some of it live.
Got to.
Yeah.
Now we know who we probably.
I'm going to watch it live, and then I'm going to listen to XM radio on the way to the airport.
There you go. When are you leaving?
I don't know, 5-ish.
5-ish. So you get to you'll see the whole race pretty much.
No, race starts at 3:30.
3. Oh, I thought the green flag's waving at 3. Pre-race coverage starts at 3.
3:38.
3:38.
That's 3:38 potential green flag drop.
All right. So we're going to talk about a little F1 to start the day off. But in the coming episodes of this, since the season's over, we're really going to focus on F1, right?
We're going to focus on F1 and IndyCar.
Yeah, it's Open Wheel Report. We also might have a website launching in the future, our own website, right?
We're going to. That's a definite. Stay tuned. Under construction.
Yeah, openwheelreport.com is under construction. You cannot buy it. It's off the market. So Lewis Hamilton wins a 100th career F1 race. I need to get into F1 a little more than I am. I'm still making my way through the Netflix documentary. But I do love racing. You know, you're a big F1 guy. You follow it.
Yeah. Amazing race today. I watched pretty much flag to flag on that. Lando Norris led pretty much most of the race. The rain came in with about 10 laps to go. He stayed out. Lewis came in for a pit stop to get on rain tires, and that was the right move. He end up winning. But the big story, I think, is Max Verstappen going from 20th position due to an engine change to second place. So as they go into the next race in Turkey, he's only 2 points down to Lewis Hamilton, but that was quite a feat. And then Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari came in third, so that was a podium today. It was pretty disappointing that Lando Norris, because he was poised to get his first win. Potentially, if he would have pitted and got rain tires, he would have won. But hey, that's experience. Lewis Hamilton didn't want to come in for rains, and the team made him come in. It was the right move, and he wins his 100th, which is unprecedented. Amazing.
I hear Daniel Ricciardo's on the hot seat next year. So you hear?
Yeah, it's hard to say. You know, he had a good run 2 weeks ago. He won his first race in 7 years. So
how many races is the schedule left?
There are 6 races left to go. So still a lot of racing to do, but it's a big series.
So we'll be moving our focus over to that, and then talking about IndyCar silly season news as well. All right, so silly season news. The biggest news is Romain Grosjean is going to Andretti. It was funny. I saw on Colton Herta's Instagram last night, Team Andretti had like an autograph signing at a bar last night in California.
Yeah.
And they took a picture together. It's like the final picture that Team Andretti is going to have together, because there's so many moves being made.
Well, there's a lot of moves. You know, at least 2 of those seats are moving around. Grosjean, obviously, it's been rumored for quite a few weeks now that he's taken the 28 car that was occupied by Ryan Hunter-Reay for the last 12 years, and that is official last week. He's also going to be taking DHL sponsorship with him, and he's bringing his race engineer, Olivier Bosson, over from Dale Coyne Racing. So they were actually quite successful this year. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do off-season testing and coming into the 2022 season. But really exciting. That leaves one additional seat potentially open, the James Hinchcliffe car, 29. There's rumors Dylan DeFrancisco is going to take it, which is an Indy Lights driver, but I guess we'll see out there.
What about Kyle Kirkwood? Friend of the
he's going to end up somewhere, but he's leading the Indy Lights Championship. Last week he won. So we'll see. It's rumored that he's going to go somewhere else, but I guess we'll find out, and we'll do it on a recap show within the next couple of weeks. So
we got to get Kyle Kirkwood on here.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. We need somebody on here besides us.
Yeah, well, in the off season, I mean, they're busy, right? I was talking to Kyle Kirkwood. He wants the off season. They're busy.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the off season starts tomorrow.
Yeah. So what
anyway.
other news are there in the
just a couple more things this week. Renus VK signed, just announced, I think, yesterday, today, for the 2022 season with Ed Carpenter Racing. That marks his third year. So he's the longest tenured driver besides Ed Carpenter himself on that team, which is good. And then AJ Foyt's considering putting a third car, even though the two car right now, the two cars of Dalton Kellett and Sebastian Bourdais aren't finalized for next year. There's talk that he's going to bring a lady driver in, Tatiana Calderon from Colombia, carries Row Kit sponsorship. So that's one of the sponsors of AJ Foyt's 14 car. So that could be pretty interesting out there. And there's going to be some other stuff coming up probably within the next week or two. So we'll have a good silly season show when we do the season recap.
Now, do you think there'll be more female drivers next year as a whole? Is Simona getting a seat?
Simona's not. I don't think she's getting a full-time seat. There's really been nothing, but they are talking about putting her back in that seat for the Indy 500. So, there was a wave there a few years ago of some women. There were 3 or 4 women driving in the 500 at once, but Simona was the only one last year. So we'll see. It'd be nice to get a lady in the series or two.
But they have that inclusion. There's like that inclusion thing going through IndyCar right now that what's his name is that Rogers sponsoring.
Yeah,
I get more minority and female drivers.
Yeah, I think both will happen. Both will happen. Yeah.
Oh no, I want a full-time seat. We saw Beth Peretta up close.
Yeah, we did
this year.
When we were kissing the bricks.
Yeah,
she was right there.
All right, so that's it for silly season news.
That's it.
Yeah. All right, now we're on the Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach, the final race of the season today. I mean, we'll probably start with the point standings and talk about that. Alex, the bottom line, you don't really have to know much about the points. There's 3 drivers that can win today, win the whole series. Palou, Pato, and Joseph Newgarden, who I got the jersey on. Palou controls his own destiny. If he finishes 10th or better, automatic win.
Actually, 11th or better.
11th or better, automatic win. Now, right. All these different. If Palou crashed and Pato won, Pato would probably win the series.
Potentially, depending on where he finishes.
If he won, I'm saying if he won.
Yeah, well, if Pato won and Palou crashes out.
Yeah. Or if same thing. If Palou and Pato crash and Newgarden wins the race,
that's probably the only way, because he picked up a point for the pole. Potentially leads the most laps, wins the race. He could pull it off, but Palou and Pato have to actually really crap the bed.
Yeah. Now, when Palou's agent was talking on the broadcast, last week, I think it was, right? It seemed like the agent believes he was going to win with ease this week. Like
he starts in 10th today, so you never can tell. It's a challenging course. It's a temporary street course, which has lots of thrills and spills and tight. I guess we'll see what happens. It should be an exciting race today. I don't know what will be interesting to see. Pato can't afford to sit back. He's got to win. So you're going to see him charge. He starts in 8th position today. Palou obviously probably drive a little more conservatively, making sure that he stays out of trouble and stays in the top 10. And Joseph Newgarden obviously is going for the win too. So it should be a pretty exciting race. I mean, he did what he needed to do and get the pole position, which is kind of one step. But things have to happen. Doesn't mean they're going to happen, but things have to happen for either Pato or Joseph to win the championship.
So 85 laps, 1.67.28 miles, 11 turn temporary street circuit. There's a lot of fast parts of this course and a lot of tight hairpin turns, a lot of overtaking opportunities, according to the IndyCar website, turn 1. So it should be a good race today. I'm very excited about it. Is Palou your pick to win the series?
Palou's my pick to win the series. I think Newgarden. Newgarden's my favorite driver overall. They're talking about kind of the why he potentially didn't win the series this year already, but he's probably 1 race, 2 races away from not being the series champion. But yeah, Palou's my pick to win the championship. I think Joseph Newgarden wins the race today. He's got the most to lose, so he's got to basically go for it. But you never can tell what happens with this race. So, and then Pato, obviously, he's struggled. He's pretty frustrated, I think, from the car situation, from reports that are coming out of it. But he's going to be strong. He's going to be interesting to see kind of how they play out today.
All right, we got some comments in here. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Apenas uno.
Apenas uno.
What's that mean?
You know more Spanish than I do.
All right, let's look it up. We need to look it up because I feel like it's something to do with apenas uno
number one.
Apenas translate. Let's see. Translation. Just one.
Just one. Yeah.
Just one.
No.
Just one.
Well, we thank you. We thank you for the comments there.
Just one. What do you mean, just one? What do you think that means?
One. I don't know. We'll
just
see what happens.
No. Probably something to do with F1. Who knows?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, who knows?
So, hey, we're getting some fans.
Yeah. Well, he's probably rooting for Palou.
Yeah, he's probably Palou.
Then we're
all right. Palou's minus 10,000 to win. Newgarden's plus 1,600 to win. Pato's plus 5,000 to win. This is the whole series here. I mean, you got to go with Palou. I think the safest risk bet is Joseph Newgarden, just because of where Palou starts and what Newgarden where Newgarden starts and where Palou starts. Now, but most likely a Palou finishes probably 15th or 20th, even 5th, like in the back of the pack, and Newgarden wins. Palou's still going to win the series.
Most likely, yeah. I think it really comes down to Pato. I mean, like I said, I think Joseph. I haven't done the math, but I think Joseph Newgarden has to win the race, lead the most laps, and Palou and Pato both have to basically not finish for him to win the championship. But that's what I guess we'll see what happens. That's right. Racing's going to be interesting.
Realistically, Newgarden should be the series. Colton should be up in the mix a little bit more because he had some late blow-ups. He had in the Oval and then in Nashville. And then Newgarden should have won the series easily.
Yeah, he should have, but he didn't. Not yet.
That's
anyway.
A bad year.
Well, Newgarden had some car troubles a couple times there, and he was leading races late in the race, and he still won a couple races this year, but it's been frustrating for him, and he's sitting right in third place. So, we'll see where it happens. But, one of the other interesting things about today is just the starting position of some of the other drivers that got up in the top 6. So, which was pretty good. So you see Scott Dixon starting second today. Newgarden's on the pole. Dixon second. Roman is 6th. I think Herta was very disappointed. He led both qualifying sessions both practice sessions over the weekend. Didn't make it into the top 6 in the first run of qualifying. So that was pretty disappointing. I was actually surprised that he didn't make it in the top 6. And then you also had Felix Rosenqvist in there and Simon Pagenaud. So, there's doubt on where Simon's going to be at next year. But, he put that behind him and finished, 4th starting position. And Rosenqvist out qualified his teammate Pato. And in fact, I think he led the second fast 6 session. So it's pretty good. Pretty exciting. So it's good, nice to see a couple new faces up there. And last but not least, Helio is kicking off his 2022 season in strength by finishing 3rd starting position today. So that was really, really good. I think people were pretty excited about that too.
Yeah. Now, when you look at like Felix, how much is he going out today to say I'm going to win the race versus I'm going to try to fend off Palou to give Pato, my teammate, a chance to win?
It's hard to say. It's not quite like F1 where they've got team rules. I think they're a little more independent here. But I'm sure if he can help his friend out and his teammate, and without being dangerous about it, I think he'll try to do that. But he wants to finish as positive as possible too. I think he's signed for next year, so he's pretty secure in that seat. And he's had a couple good runs, but. He's not the lead driver in that team either. So
yeah. So now with Colton, I mean, he was talking about on social media yesterday how fast his car was, how fast it felt, and then I didn't see much after he didn't get into the Firestone. He didn't get out the first round. What do you think he does today?
Well, he's starting back a little bit. I'm not exactly sure what position he's starting in, but he's probably in 12th or 14th position, I think, to start. So he's going to be charging up to the front. I mean, obviously, at a strong car, if you miss the round of 6 in that first qualifying round, it's pretty tough. Even if you have a fast time. To start any better than 13th or 14th. So I think that's kind of where he's going to be starting, if I'm not mistaken.
So we'll look at the odds here, courtesy of PointsBet Sportsbook. Do you remember what the promotion is?
Yes.
What is it?
It's a deposit match bet.
Deposit match up to $250. Very good. PointsBet Sportsbook, links in the
bio. See, that's good training, isn't it?
Yeah, links in the description.
I didn't say risk-free bet today.
No, you didn't say. Well, it's two different things. Risk-free is different than PointsBet. You want to bet on NFL and the Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach and the Yankees and the Red Sox tonight. Use PointsBet Sportsbook.
There you go. Right.
So we'll look here. Joseph Newgarden plus 275. Obviously the best bet. Dixon's obviously a good bet because he always finishes. And then it jumps to plus 1,000 here with Pato. I'm assuming they're putting Pato here because he's got to push to win today.
He's got to push, yeah. He's got to push.
So he's higher. He's higher than.
Pelot's starting 10th. Pelot has to finish 10 or better, and he wins a championship. So I think the biggest thing is he's going to stay out of trouble. I don't think he's going to push to win the race. So that's probably why.
Yeah, so I would not.
We held that right.
Romain Grosjean could bet on Grosjean.
Yeah, he's an aggressive driver. Let me tell you, what happened last week at Laguna Seca was pretty crazy. So, I mean, he was the top driver from where his starting position to where his finishing position was, and he's going to push. This is his last race with Dale Coyne. He's got a chance to win that race today, so I think he's going to go for it.
What do you think about Elio?
Hey. Elio was a great driver. I mean, 4-time Indy champion, won a lot of races over the years. Obviously, is in his seat for next year, pretty secure. Meyer Shank Racing. Look for positive. He has not been overly strong on some of the races, but he's also started back in the pack. So this is, I think, the first time that he started in the top 6. So it should be exciting.
And then you got Pagenaud, Rosenqvist. They don't really have too much respect for these guys.
Well.
He can't.
What do they say? Past history is any prediction of future performance. That's kind of what happens. So, Pagenaud has started strong a couple times this year and hasn't finished extremely strong. So, and Rosenqvist, I think he somewhat, he's a good driver, got lucky, but, he's probably not going to win the race.
So, now, what do you think about Marcus Ericsson at plus 4,000? I kind of like this.
Well, he's starting back a little bit. That's the challenge, but, anything's possible, especially what happened in Nashville. So, never count Marcus Ericsson out. So,
and then Renus here. Renus kind of fell off the map this year.
Yeah, well, I would say this year. I mean, he had a couple strong runs at the beginning to middle of the season. He won a race. He won the Indy Grand Prix. He was running strong at the Indianapolis 500. He actually had some strength at the oval race in Texas, but this is a tough series. Anybody can win on any given Sunday.
Yep, any given Sunday or Saturday. Depends on
the day. Or Saturday, but mostly Sundays.
Yep. Now, all right, down here, I mean, none of these guys really have much of a chance, I would say. Jimmy Johnson, they just love putting Jimmy Johnson at plus 50,000.
Well, you put $1 down, you're gonna lose your dollar.
What about when he actually wins a race, though?
Well, he's coming back. I mean, there's a lot of talk about him, running the whole series next year, potentially. And but he qualified 27th, so obviously Long Beach wasn't to his liking. So we'll see. Even though he grew up in Southern California, so we'll see. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention, Callum Elod, even though he's sitting there in last place right now in the points bet standings, but he actually signed a full-year contract with Hollinger Juncos Racing. He had signed a 3-race deal for the final 3 races of the year. They've actually signed him up for the full season next year, so we'll see what he can do.
Single seat though, right?
Single season, yeah.
Single seat, like a team.
Single seat team. Yep.
Okay, so we got Callum, Elot. So now, do you think he does anything today?
Now I think he's still learning. I mean, he's a accomplished Formula One backup driver. Decided to come over here, and he's got a full series here. So we'll see where he goes. But definitely talented. But it's a tough series. This literally is the toughest series in the world. So yeah, and I'll tell you why. And I've told this all along. You got similar equipment, same chassis, different, two engines. Somebody says a spec racing, but it comes down to teams. But anybody can. I mean, really, there's a good chance that 6 or 7 teams has a chance to win races every weekend. That just doesn't happen in Formula One. And we'll get into that a little bit more. But they're trying to make the field a little more even in Formula One to make it exciting. But you could bet on Lewis Hamilton every week and win money, most likely, because he's finished in the top 3 pretty much every race unless something drastically happens. You can't say that about IndyCar. So that's why it's so exciting. That's why it's getting such attraction, and a lot of these European drivers are coming over here. So which makes it even more competitive. That's unfortunate for the American drivers because there's not as many available seats for them. But it's becoming an international racing series.
Yep. All right. So our top 3 today. I'm going to go first.
Okay.
I'm going to go first because you always go first. So I'm going to say I think Newgarden to win. I think Newgarden wins, Pato third. This is just top 3, but Newgarden to win, Pato third. And then where's Dixon starting?
Second.
Newgarden, Dixon, Pato.
Really?
Dixon, Pato. I don't think Colin gets on the.
I was pretty strong last week, and I picked the winner again.
We 2 or 3, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we did get 2.
We both. You act like you just picked the winner. I picked the winner too.
Well, you listen to what I say, and then you follow me. That's why you wanted to go first today.
Newgarden, Dixon, Pato.
All right, I'm going to go out on a limb a little bit. I think Newgarden to win. Newgarden definitely on the podium. I do like Dixon. I don't think Pato's up there. I'm going to take Grosjean. So it's going to be a Grosjean, Dixon, Newgarden podium.
You think Grosjean ends this year with a win?
I don't think he wins, but I think he runs strong.
All right, one more question for you. Who wins the Indy 500 in 2022?
Early predictions?
Early prediction for the Indy 500 in 2022.
Wow. You're really kind of hanging it out there.
Well, this will be good. So if you pick it now.
Yeah, so pick it now and put money on it?
No, you're not putting money on it. You just pick who you think's good. It's the last race. We might as well talk about the biggest race of the year.
Well, big series next year. But I'm going to say Joseph Newgarden wins.
To win the Indy 500. Now, he's won one, right?
He's not won one.
Not won one.
He was the only Penske driver not to win one. So Will Power, and then Bort.
Not Bourdais.
No. Sebastian Bourdais. Pagenaud. Simon Pagenaud. I always get those 2 Frenchmen mixed up.
Yeah. Pagenaud. So
anyway, Simon Pagenaud and Will Power, both winners. Newgarden's won 2 series championships, but never an Indy 500. So I think next year's his breakthrough year.
All right, I think Colton Herta wins it next year. Easy. Well, going all in on Colton Herta to win next year.
Okay.
All right, so that does it for our Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach. We'll be back in the off season.
Well, it's not the off season. We're going to finish out the Formula One season, and we're going to do
other stuff.
We're going to do an IndyCar season wrap up show.
Yep.
And then we'll finalize the rest of the season for Formula One. Turn our attention to F1. You better get viewing.
Yeah, I know. I gotta start. Do you think Open Wheel Report will be launched by next season?
Yes.
100%.
Early 2022. That's the target.
All right, so we got to get our press passes for the Indy 500.
Yeah, exactly. We need press passes for more than the Indy 500 because actually we're going to probably go down to St. Petersburg for the opening race in February. So
now, if they gave you press passes for every single event, would you travel to every single event?
I would try.
There you go.
We need sponsorship though. We need some sponsors.
Or points bet. Points bet.
Yeah. Well, hey, we need sponsors. We well, who knows where this thing's gonna go? It's definitely gonna go fast though.
There you go. All right, that does it. Bet on points bet today. If you're looking to bet, links in the description below. Promo code sports20. You can get $250 deposit match. That means you put $250 in, they give you $250. And then subscribe to the network. We just hit 1.51 subscribers, 1.51 thousand.
That's a good job.
It's because of you. It's because of you too.
Well, we participate.
Hey,
it's nice to get some comments, even though we don't speak Spanish. So I appreciate you doing that. And you know what? I mean, most likely he's a fan of either Alex Pillow or Pedo, because they both are Spanish.
Yeah,
well, one's Mexican, one's Spanish, but it's pretty.
I get plenty of comments. I'm getting death threats from Yankee fans right now.
Well, that should be exciting tonight too, right?
Yeah, it should be a great day. Great day of sports. Yep. All right, that does it. Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach. Even though I'm not picking Colton Herta, go Colton Herta, and we will see you next week for another episode of the Open Wheel Report.